Hiya and welcome back to another episode of Games. In this live stream, I am playing a very special childhood game. Spyro the Dragon. Technically, it is the remaster. It's part of the Spyro Reignited trilogy, but nonetheless I'll be playing Spyro the Dragon in this live stream, so sit back, relax, grab your bottle of nostalgia, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. Spyro the Dragon, my childhood gaming buddy, my purple little dragon buddy. So as you can see, the Spyro Reignited trilogy comes included with Spyro the Dragon, Spyro Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon, the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy developed by Insomniac Games. And in this live stream I'll be playing the first of that trilogy, Spyro the Dragon. Spyro, me purple childhood gaming buddy. Are you ready? He's ready. You can't hear him, but he's ready. In the world of dragons, a dragon is sleeping.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds. For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure. Or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature. Simple? He has been contained in
He's a simp?
world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat? Besides, he is ugly.
Linda, you're drawing him out now. You're drawing him out.
That does it!
Look like he's gone full tour.
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
That's what happens when you draw out Ganasty Nork. I just call him Nasty Nork, to be honest with you. The adventure begins for the a millionth time for Johnny. I've played this game so many times. So, here we are in the world of dragons. It was a peaceful place until all the dragons got turned into crystals by Ganasty Nork. Because you drew him out, like. You couldn't just leave him alone, like. So, the objective, yeah, more or less, for Spyro the Dragon is to rescue dragons, collect the treasure, which is scattered throughout the dragon worlds, and also hidden inside treasure chests. And you also need to... Hello, Dragonfly, Sparks, how are you? You also need to collect dragon eggs as well, which your little thief likes to steal. And that's... Bless you, Spyro! That's basically the objective of Spyro the Dragon. And it was that really sucked me into Spyro the Dragon as a child. Yeah, it was just... I just loved it. I just really loved collecting every gem. I swear to God, I couldn't leave until I collected every gem and saved every dragon and dragon egg. So yeah, it was that really, as I said, sucked me into the game. And even now, years later, when I'm a big child, that's basically what I am. I'm an overgrown child, but sure, look, how bad. So even now I still, look at him. He washing himself. Yeah, it's hello Sparks again. How are you? But yeah, even now I still like that. I just love that just the gameplay of Spyro the Dragon. Just as I said, collecting all the gems, saving the dragons. I don't like. Do you know if Toys for Bob decide to make a new Spyro the Dragon game like they did with Crash 4? It's about time. I don't want them to overly complicate things. I really think that Spyro has a certain like relaxing charm to it. As I mentioned, collecting those treasure, saving those dragons. I have a lot of ideas of how they can expand it, which I'll actually get to as I eventually play this game. But I just think that they shouldn't stray away from the simple charms of Spyro the Dragon. Otherwise, you have another Skylanders in your hands, and dear God, we don't need that. We don't need a blasphemy in the video game industry. Okay, it's time to save the first dragon who has been crystallized. Come on, Spyro. Who is it? I've rescued Nestor for the millionth time. Just brushing himself off, cool as a breeze.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next...
How nasty Nork! I'm going after him!
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
You can see that Spyro is eager to get going, save the dragon worlds. Yeah, you better run in fair. Look at ya. Burn the ass off you. And I got my first piece of treasure in doing so. So you can see the worlds, the dragon worlds of Spyro the Dragon. So colourful, so vibrant, exactly what you would expect from a PlayStation era platformer. Again, this is the remaster. So everything looks even more colourful, more vibrant. One of the best remasters I've had the privilege of playing. I personally would actually identify this game as a remake. That is how amazing this remaster looks compared to the original PlayStation 1 release. So look at me just hopping around, relaxing, taking my time, collecting those treasure. And relaxing, that's a word that I want to highlight. Because that is the gameplay of Spyro the Dragon. There is no time limit. There's no pressure on you. You can take your time just strolling around. You can go as slow as you like. Or you can go as fast as you like. By the way, you can go at your own pace. And that's one of the things I liked about Spyro the Dragon as well. You know, when I was playing Sonic, there's a time limit. And it was all about speed. But when I'm playing Spyro the Dragon, you can just take my time. Look, I mean, I can save him, or I can leave him off. He'll be grand. He looks alright. You know? I'll come back to him, you know? There's no pressure on me to save that dragon. I'll just chase these fat blobs. Go on a diet, fatso! You too. And it's actually open world as well, which is something you don't hear many people talk about when they discuss Spyro the Dragon. And remaster or no remaster, this is how the original Spyro the Dragon on PS1 played as well. It was open, like you could go in any direction you wanted to. It was full 3D, open. I know it's not open world to the extent of like being able to travel from like one area to the next area, but what I mean by open world is Like, it's just there's no one telling me that I have to go into, you know, Stone Hill. There's nobody telling me that I have to save that dragon or defeat that enemy. I can approach the world whatever way I want, and that is pretty much the definition of open world. Give me back my treasure. Do you know what's funny though? Is look at the size of the bag, and you only get like 3 gems. So what else is in there? Food, I'm guessing. Look at you. You look so confused. What am I doing here? Who is that purple dragon staring at me? Who farted? Me! And more than anything else, Spyro the Dragon is a fun game. And in this day and age, in fact, in any age of any day, we need fun. There's enough assholes out there, you know, trying to drain the fun from us. So anything at all that can bring us fun is a good thing. You know, video games don't need to be serious, they don't need to be dark, they don't need to be so deep, you know. A fun video game is a good video game. Because it just takes us away from the... Because life is serious enough as it is. And as I said, it's full of real assholes. We don't need to be playing a game about, you know, digital assholes. You know? So yeah, fun. So not only can Spyro the Dragon, my purple childhood gaming buddy, run around and, you know, just hop around, charge, jump. But he is, of course, after all, a dragon. So he can glide. Take 2. There we go. So as you can see, some treasure is located inside treasure chests. The animal rights activists probably would have gone mental, and they definitely go mental nowadays, to know that you could just burn sheep for no reason, and then they magically turn into butterflies, you know. So it kind of softens the blow a little bit for these animal activists. It's okay to turn into butterflies. They evolved into butterflies. There's a lore to it. The lore of Spyro the Dragon is, once a sheep in the Spyro the Dragon universe reaches a certain temperature, it naturally evolves into a butterfly. So there's no reason to be angry, animal activists. No reason at all. So you may have noticed the dragonfly. Besides Spyro the Dragon, he's your sidekick. He is Sparks the dragonfly, and he helps you in a few ways. He basically represents your health, and the more damage you take, he will change colour. And if he's gone, and you take damage, then you're gone. But also, he actually, I'll show you now, you may have noticed this, but he will actually fly over and pick up treasure that is kind of out of reach. But the more damage he takes, it will affect how far he can fly. So I'll try to give you an example of that now. So not so much out of reach, but he will nonetheless pick up the gem for you. See, he kind of did it there now a little bit. So I'm trying to show you. Okay, Sparks is not doing his job right now. Sparks, come on! Yeah, not quite as out of reach as I'd... See, he kind of flew over there and picked it up. See, he is doing it, but maybe I've had the Mandela effect, where I thought that he flew a little bit further. Or maybe they did it in later Spyro the Dragon games. Hello, Balloon. I can wave away. I'm not ready to leave. When I'm ready to leave, I will let you know. I just thought I'd come in here and look at the view. It's a lovely view. Beautiful view. It's a pity that Activision didn't release a PS5 upgrade for Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy. It doesn't even have like a PS4 upgrade. Like, it doesn't have any sort of HDR. There's no option to go into display and activate like HDR mode. It's a pity because I just think the vibrant colours of a platformer just, oh my god, like, would have looked amazing in HDR. Because what HDR does basically is it brings colour to life. That's if I was a salesperson for like a company that like provides HDR, like, you know, TVs, whatever else, that's what I would say. HDR brings colour to life. Basically, like, because it does, like. I think it's time to save him now. He's getting a bit restless, isn't he? Delbin.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Thank you, Delvin. I already explained to my lovely viewers how Sparks works. But nonetheless, thank you for your help. Oh wait, I was looking down at my phone, checking my messages. I think Delvin was talking about this fairy here.
Hi, Spyro.
Hello. So you can replay the dragon or you can continue. She will save your progress. I think that's what Delvin was actually trying to explain. Sorry, Delvin. No. Spyro the Dragon has a few little secret areas as well that need to be activated, including this area here. So if you jump, well, it's not really that secret, but if you jump on these stone platforms, you will activate a new world, Sunny Flight. So you can also go to, you can see how many gems are remaining in each world. So this is the Artisan's World. The Artisan's World contains 100 gems and 4 dragons. So I've gotten 64 out of 100 gems and 2 out of 4 dragons. So, and within these worlds is basically portals that will bring you to other levels. I've rescued Argus.
Cool flash.
With your catalogue.
The Artisan's boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
Can I get a bite of your watermelon, please? Oh, he's gone. Oh, I also like to point out that in the remastered version of Spyro the Dragon, which I am playing, you can change the soundtrack from original to reignited. So the remastered soundtrack. So you can tell it's a lot more modern. But as much as I like the old modern soundtrack, can't beat the classic for nostalgia purposes. So I will go with the original. Also, a fun fact regarding the soundtrack to Spyro the Dragon. There was a children's TV show in the 90s, time when Spyro the Dragon released, called The Amanda Show. Cringy as hell, I know, but I watched The Amanda Show. It was a children's TV show. I was a child, don't judge me. But the musical composer behind The Amanda Show and Spyro the Dragon, they're the same person. And I always had like an inkling that was the case. But there was there was no like the World Wide Web wasn't as mainstream back then as it is now, so I had no way of verifying that. But many years later I was able to verify it, and it was cool to be able to verify that piece of information. I think it was the opening theme for Spyro the Dragon 3, but nonetheless it's the same guy across all 3 games. I used to watch some weird, well not weird like, but it's weird now looking back on those shows. But yeah, I used to watch a lot of strange shows. I used to watch Powerpuff Girls and everything. Oh god. I have no problem embarrassing myself on the live stream. I've done it so many times. But yeah, Johnny, Green Hill Gaming, I used to watch the Powerpuff Girls. I just used to watch Dexter's Laboratory. Johnny Bravo, and a lot of other shows. Thomas.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
So, as you can see, I have found all dragons. What are you doing with my gem? Give me back my gem now. Thank you. So I'm just going to collect the remaining... Hey, you're still alive! Get back here, you fat slob! Yeah. How many of you are there? It's, you know, it's hard to imagine that the beauty of Spyro the Dragon, this lovely purple little creature right here, could give birth to an abomination that is Skylanders. It's an absolute abomination is what it is. Oh god. So I am so happy that Skylanders has been cast aside and the saviour, Spyro the Dragon himself, the true Spyro the Dragon, has returned to save us all. I swear to God, you ripped my throat there. I see 3 gems, but I'm missing 5 gems. So one of the things that will happen a lot when you play Spyro the Dragon, if you are looking to collect all the treasure, is you will definitely 100% miss a couple of gems, and it can be very frustrating indeed. So the opening worlds and levels of Spyro the Dragon are pretty laid back, pretty chill, relaxed. But the further you progress into the game, I can tell you for a fact. I'm missing two. Oh, there it is. I can tell you for a fact that the platforming will get a lot more trickier. There will be a lot more gems to collect. There will be a lot more out of place areas. So yes, the platforming will definitely pick up. There you are, and the last two. There we go. So this world now is, as you can see, 100% level completed. I like when games do that. It really, oh god, it really relaxes the anxiety of a perfectionist gamer. I can tell you that for a fact. Like, once the game tells you it's 100% complete, you can relax, you know. And yeah, even if you just wanted to, like, even though the level's complete, even if you just wanted to just, you know, run around the area, take in the scenery, you can do that. You know, if you just want to hop around these platforms, you can do that. So the balloonist will actually take me to the next world, but I'm not going to go into the next world because I have quite a few levels that have not been completed, including Stone Hill. Let's go to Stone Hill. Long flight to Stone Hill. Spyro gracefully gliding his way into Stone Hill. So as with the worlds, the dragon worlds of Spyro the Dragon, each level, like Stone Hill, contains a set number of dragons, sometimes as well as dragon eggs, and a set number of treasure. So there's 200 treasure, and there is 4 dragons as well as a dragon egg. And as I mentioned, just like with the worlds, you can approach these levels in any direction you want. You can approach it however you like. You can defeat all the enemies first, you can collect all the dragons first, you can collect all the treasure first. You can pretty much go about it as you like. You can just chase sheep. You can chase sheep if you like. Dear God, my vocabulary is gone. You can chase... Oh God! I can't talk, lads, seriously. I never actually had to put those two words together. Chase sheep. Yes. You can chase sheep. Ah, fuck off! You can do whatever you like. Jesus Christ. So we have our first dragon inside here. And it is Linda. That's the guy that was talking at the start of the cutscene.
That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Not at all. Spyro is a good dragon. Now, even though you can approach each level and world in any direction you want, if you are a perfectionist and you are going for the perfect run, then it probably is best to stick to like a linear route. Like for instance, like I could say, oh well, I'll come back here later. Like, when you have a sense of direction like me, coming back here later may pose to be a problem. You may get lost. So it's better just to collect all the treasure while you're in there. That way then you don't have to come back later. And it's always best as well to give the area one final run through just to see that you miss any gems, because dear God above, it will happen. Maybe not in the early areas of the game, but definitely the more you progress through the levels. You want to headbop me, is it? Look at you. How slow you are. Burn the ass off you. Hello, sheep. Come and cherish you. And again, in case any animal activists start crying, the lower a Spyro the Dragon is, once a sheep in the Spyro the Dragon universe gets to a certain temperature, it will naturally evolve into a butterfly. Is that real? No, I just made it up. But it's my lore. I created that lore. I would even go as far as to say, as far as to describe Spyro the Dragon as therapeutical. Is that the word, therapeutical? I don't know, there's something so relaxing about just going around and collecting treasure and saving dragons. Astor.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
Spyro. He was just gonna tell you a story. Bit rude now, Spyro, to be fair. Do you know what, Spyro? The joke's on you. Because he was about to tell you a prophecy. See, it wasn't a story. It was a prophecy. He was going to tell you the prophecy of the curse of Skylanders. Of when you were going to be captured by an evil dragon called Activisioner. And he was going to transform your entire being and transport you into an evil universe called Skylanders. And you were going to be a Skylander for years and years and years to come. And then this divine dragon who infiltrated Skylanders, known as Ties for Bobby, would save you. So if only you had listened to that story, you would save yourself a great deal of pain. Now, remember I was saying to you about... Actually, sorry, I actually didn't explain this part yet. Well, I said that there's each level and world has a few secret areas. That's what I was trying to say. So if you approached this area for the first time, you mightn't think anything of it other than an area where you can return home. However, if you hop over this wall, boom, you're on a beach with some more treasure to collect, and more importantly, a cave that contains a very important key, which will open a very important chest. A lovely view here now, if I do say so myself. And I am just going to go back here and see, did I miss any gem? Because I honestly, see the way there's a blind, not a blind spot, like, because obviously you could just move the camera around eventually, but if you didn't move the camera, right, and say you were doing this, right, let's say you was like, you went up, and then you turn back, right, you could easily miss a gem, we say like, around here. So it's always good to have a good look around. I wasn't sure which Spyro the Dragon game to actually play in this live stream. I got mixed up in which, like, I know that I am playing Spyro the Dragon 3 on the Switch at the moment, because I double dipped with Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy. I'm not too sure if I already streamed Spyro the Dragon 3. And if it's Spyro 2 that I'm playing on the Switch, I wasn't too sure, so I just said, I'll start from the beginning. So that was the best way. So I'm not ready to return home just yet. You there. Kentucky fried goat. And sheep to go along with it. Oh, it's the na. Thief. He is somewhere around here. Scandorf! You shall not pass. Really? You shall burn into a Kentucky Fried Wizard. Yeah. Don't you point that finger at me, I don't know what that finger was. And apart from missing, we say 1 or 2 pieces of treasure, you can also very easily miss a treasure chest, like in these kind of open like areas here. Now while we're talking about openness, and earlier I was talking about how Spyro the Dragon is a little bit open world, I have a great idea, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, because that's all I do, repeat myself over and over again. If Toys R Bob decide to release a brand new Spyro the Dragon game like they did with Crash 4, it's about time, I would love to see if they made a full-on open world 3D platformer Spyro the Dragon game where like Breath of the Wild. I know before anybody says it, that's what Sega are rumored to be doing with Sonic the Hedgehog. So why not like Toys R Bob, you know, throw their name in the hat when it comes to that type of platformer? I kind of like Nintendo kind of teased it a little bit with Odyssey, a little bit, you know. So like just imagine a full-on open world, and you could go from one area to the next area just completely flawlessly and streamlessly. And there's just gems all over the place, and maybe you need to get a certain type of power-up. Like maybe you don't have your flame straight away, right? And you have to get your flame. We say it's some area in the map. It's defeat a boss, whatever else. You get your flame. You go back to an area you can't go to. Like there's like a piece of wood blocking you, so you burn it, right? Next area, right? And then there's an area like where you need to break through a wall, right? So you get your charge ability, right? And you break through the wall, boom. Sign me up, Toys R Bob. I'm free. So you could kind of say it would be a little bit like Metroid as well, like a Metroid type game, like Metroidvania they call it now, where basically like if you actually had a view of the entire game world, it's one big open area, except they deliberately lock off areas that you can't get to until you have a certain ability. And the more you progress through the game, like the more of those abilities you get. Gildas.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You
I'd like
can.
that.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
I shall keep that in mind. Dear God, what is that? Drilling again. My neighbours have been drilling since yesterday morning. That's something so wrong. But they have. So annoying. Every 2 seconds. Yeah. So annoying. I'm telling you, whoever built these houses, they must have built them out of cardboard. I'm literally living in a Nintendo Labo house. There he is, the blue thief himself. I am right behind you. That egg is mine. Can I burn him? I've actually burnt him. Oh my God, for the first time in history I've burnt that thief. That's the great thing about going back and playing games. You can always find something different to do. I always just ran into him. So see if there's an invisible wall here, right? Just imagine that wall wasn't there, right? And imagine if, see these mountains in the background, like a little bit like Breath of the Wild. Like imagine you could actually reach that area. And there was some far away place where you get your charge ability that would allow you to come back here and like, you know, smash through a wall here. You know? And there was all the secrets to be found and, you know, just different areas. That would be great, like. Full on open world Spyro the Dragon. And I don't think anybody would have an issue with that, really, to be honest with you, because Spyro the Dragon has never really had linear platforming. Like if you look at Crash Bandicoot, it's obviously 2D linear. But Spyro the Dragon, you've always been able to move around in a 3D space and go about the worlds however you wanted to. So open world has always been there to an extent in Spyro the Dragon. You'd only be expanding upon it, like with modern technology. Make it happen. Dear God, make it happen. Spyro! Get up. So I am not too far away from completing this level at all. Only one dragon and a few more gems. And here is the dragon, and hopefully the gems will be behind me. I'm going to start with the gems first. So there's the key to open the chest. Damn it. Damn it anyway, I'd say there's a few more gems on top of that like, castle area above me. It's Gavin!
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Exactly, yeah. Full of yourself, aren't you? Burn the balls off you, it was so tough. Look at me, I'm big and strong. With a knob like a Tic Tac. Now how to get back up on top of that castle area. See, no, wasn't I right? Wasn't I right? There's always a few gems that just get past you, hiding, saying to themselves, because gems can talk. It's the lore of Spyro the Dragon, they can talk to each other. They're saying right now, look at him, sure, he can't even see us. Ha! What a fool! I can see them. They're so far away. What the? There we are. Like, this area here actually reminds me of Breath of the Wild. Behind Hyrule Castle. Oh god, it actually reminds me of... Oh dear god, I was looking for the final memory in Breath of the Wild. Oh dear Jesus Christ. And there was a memory behind the Hyrule Castle, and I didn't have a clue like where exactly it was. Yeah. But this area reminds me of it. So I'm telling you, it would be a natural fit to make Spyro the Dragon open world. And the final gem and the level shall be 100% complete. And I shall now return home. With my 100 gems. Ah, you're back for more, eh? Okay, so I've returned home. So that will do it for this live stream of Johnny's childhood games. Always a pleasure to play this very special childhood game. Always nice to see always nice that I can make him yawn. But nonetheless, my gaming childhood buddy himself, Spyro the Dragon. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time in another live stream. But it could be childhood games, could be Green Hill Gaming, could be anything at all. So until then, see you next time. Spyro's gone. He was going for a shit, to be honest. See you later.